Hey, do you need a dose of encouragement? Well, you've come to the right place. I'm Heidi Rue, and this is the Encourage Minute Podcast. Every single Monday, I'll have a 60-second story of inspiration and encouragement for you to start your week off right. Now, before we get into today's story, I wanted to share two small businesses with you. Now, if you have been listening to the podcast, and you probably know that at the beginning of COVID, I said I want to do something to help small businesses out there. And so I decided to feature small businesses for free on the podcast. And so this week is the last week that I'll be featuring those. And these are some really good ones, both run by incredible ladies. So the first one is Carol Ray, and she owns the Elite School of Etiquette. Now, Carol is a mom. She's also an educator, so she knows that it's hard to teach manners to kids. So that's why she started her etiquette school. It's for 6th through 9th graders. It's a 10-week program that ends with a formal dance at the end. And it's just a great way to build a community, but also to teach manners to these kids. And if you have someone that is interested in being a part of it, or if you know someone that would like to be a part of it, the first 10 students get a $50 off coupon off the junior cotillion. So you can check out more about Carol at the eliteschoolofetiquette.com or about the school. And then you can also email her for information, info@theeliteschoolofetiquette.com. And of course, all this is in the show notes. The second person to highlight, and you probably can relate with everything that's going on, but her name is Kathleen Donahoe. And she started Lady Sweat, which is a fitness company. It's half dance, half fitness, a lot of fun. And she started it because she was having a physical reaction to the news. She actually ended up in the ER with symptoms of a heart attack, wasn't having a heart attack, but just the symptoms. And it was all because of what was going on in the news, which, of course, we're all dealing with that right now. It really can impact our health. So she started Lady Sweat Fitness, which is the fitness, but also she uses affirmations and positive encouragement during the fitness classes to make sure that your body and your soul is nice and healthy. And she's offering a really great deal because if you are underemployed or unemployed, then you can get free class and just sign up or go to ladysweat.com/free. And of course, check out all our classes there. You can do those classes virtually, so you don't even have to be near Lady Sweat. So great job, Kathleen and Carol. Thank you so much for what you do. Okay, now on to today's story. Now, I did want to say that in light of everything that's going on with Black Lives Matter, it's sad, at least for me, that it has taken this to even motivate me to make sure that I'm highlighting even more men and women of color in these Encourage Minutes. But I promise you that I will strive to make sure that more of those are highlighted. And today is one of them. This guy is so courageous, and I didn't know much about him until the story. First of all, it is a story about loss because Matthew, a few people have experienced loss like he did. I mean, his mother died when he was just 7 years old. His father died just a couple years after that. So he didn't have anyone, and he went to go live with his uncle in Washington, D.C. Well, his uncle then passed away when Matthew was just 12 years old. Without anyone, Matthew ended up hearing an inspiring speech by someone named Frederick Douglass. And Mr. Douglass really encouraged the Black community to pursue educational opportunities and to continue to battle racial prejudice, which gave Matthew the encouragement that he needed to pursue what he wanted. And so he decided to take a job as a cabin boy on a ship. And thankfully, the captain really took him under his wing. He taught him to read, he taught him to write, and more than that, through journeying to China and Russia and so many other wonderful places, it gave Matthew this love and a desire for exploration and discovery, which then led him in 1908 to become the first person to reach the North Pole and place the American flag there. And as a Black man and part of a bigger group that traveled to the North Pole, Henson's contribution was ignored. And so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to highlight him today. And besides living a life that overcame great obstacles, he also has a life that experienced great loss. And I think that any time in our own lives when we experience something like that, it is so hard to imagine anything gained or life moving forward in the midst of loss. But with Matthew's story, I wonder if he hadn't experienced the great loss that he did, if he would have felt the freedom to explore. And that was your Encourage Minute for today. I'll have another one for you next week. You can subscribe anywhere you can listen to podcasts, and you can also follow on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube to see the video version of the Encourage Minute podcast. Have a great day, and usually I say don't stop, get it, which would apply to Henson's story. But today I'll say keep exploring, just like Henson.